Many people, they set goals and dreams for themselves, and they never achieve those goals or dreams. They tell themselves every day, oh, when I, grow up, or when I hit it big, or, but do they ever really hit it big or grow up to be what they want to be? I mean, you can look at most American people around the world, and many of us, we never achieve our true life dreams, life passions, what we want to do with our lives, what would make us happy. And it's really sad. But one person that's a fine example, and a person that we could follow by example, was that of Norma Jean Mortensen, or better known as Marilyn Monroe. She was born June 1st, 1926 in Los Angeles, California. Her mother and father were never really in her life. Her father, she never knew who he really was. There was this rumor that was going around after she became famous that her father could have been Clark Gable, which sounds a bit outlandish and not accurate to me, but it was never confirmed, so no one really truly knows who Marilyn Monroe's father was. Her mother, she had a lot of mental problems. You'd have a smaller shopping list of groceries that you need to get. She has a long list of mental disorders and problems, and she was later institutionalized into a mental hospital, and she couldn't take care of Marilyn. So Marilyn found herself, or Norma Jean rather, found herself in a long line of, foster care orphanages that she lived in at a young age. But she really rose above it. When she was 15 years old, she decided to drop out of high school. Her foster parents were unhappy with this, and they kicked her out, and pretty much thought, she's going to be a loser. She's not going to make anything of herself. But look at her now. She ended up getting a job at a factory just to make it by, because she was ultimately found herself homeless after she decided to make this decision. She always dreamed of becoming a star and having these things and being, one of the cool people. And I don't think she really knew how far she was going to become or how big she was going to become, but she still kept that in her mind that, hey, I can do this if I follow through with what I say I'm going to do. And her dreams came true. We can all learn from that situation. In 1946, she was asked to play in her first movie role. What really got the ball rolling with that was that many people don't know about is when she worked for that factory, a photographer, he discovered her there, oddly enough. And that's what got her noticed. With that modeling career, she ended up coloring her hair, or lightening it rather, to her blonde locks that everyone knows her by. She, dropped the brown hair and really glammed herself up. And then she changed her name. She, Norma Jean, that's not a superstar's name. I have to have something with some pizzazz. And she changed it to Marilyn Monroe. After that first small gig in 1946, that's what really opened the door, and she played two more small roles in All About Eve and Asphalt Jungle. After that, she found herself in the position of being asked to be playing the star role in the movie Niagara. After that, she started feeling anxious more frequently, having anxiety on stage and in front of people. She ended up finding herself in a huge depression over this. She felt like people didn't take her seriously, and she was just a dumb, bubbly blonde, and she wanted people to understand that she was a real actress. So she moved to New York for a little while and started taking acting classes. Once she came back to California, she had a different edge to her. She had a little bit more experience, more, oomph under her belt. And she ended up finding herself in bigger films like Some Like Hot and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. With that's what really she hit her, superstardom, her icon level. That's when she became who she was. Marilyn Monroe, the star, the icon, the sex icon, the household name. Men wanted to be with her, and women wanted to be her, ultimately. Women still want to be her. And she's just an icon that never faded away. She's everywhere still. But sadly, after she found her stardom, she started acting really erratically on stage, and she found herself tardy a lot, because of her anxiety. A lot of people say drug use as well, over drinking, things of that sort. Just kind of going down the wrong path, and she found herself in a string of long divorces. You know, she was married to Arthur Miller, the playwright, Joe DiMaggio, the baseball player, and then finally James Daugherty, the police officer. You know, after all those divorces, she found herself in a love triangle with JFK and his brother Robert, supposedly. There's no real evidence, but I'm quite certain that happened. And after that, she just kind of, people start talking about her, calling her, you know, bad names, like, you know, the WHORE word, and so she got really depressed, and her last 2 movies, they were flops. You know, no one enjoyed them. The box office made no money off of them. You know, she just felt very, very much so like she's losing her dream, and she's losing herself. Sadly enough, August 5th, 1962, she was found in her Los Angeles home with an empty bottle of sleeping pills, and at first, people didn't know what happened. Many people still to this day speculate that the Kennedys could have had something to do with it, or one of the other people that were her co-stars that she caused turmoil with on set and, you know, kind of had bad blood with. They think that, you know, it's a number of things, but that's a whole nother story on its own. But the police officers ended up dubbing it as a suicide, and sadly enough, that's where Marilyn Monroe's life ended. But her legacy still lives on to today. I think that if spirits or ghosts are a real thing, I think that she's looking down on her life and her legacy and thinking, you know, I made it, I'm still here, I'm still an icon, I'm still known, I'm still remembered. And that's all anyone really wants anymore, is to be remembered. You know, we remember her by her nice breathy voice and her bubbly stage appearance, and, you know, her style. There's just so much about her that was just, she's timeless, she's classic, and she made her dreams come true. And I think we can all learn from her in that to not give up and to follow through until your dreams do come true. Thank you.